Welcome back on the Mortal Coil. I am here with Catherine
Hey, I'm Catherine.
and Zaid.
Mortal Coil.
Yeah, you got a problem with that?
Continue.
It's based off of Shakespeare's Mortal Coil because the full title of this show is The Mortal Coil, the stuff you should talk about before you die. Hence,
To be or not to be.
when I
Romeo and
shed
Juliet.
this mortal coil
Romeo and Juliet.
on this earth, hence. Yeah, okay. Whatever.
What's the topic today?
Topic today is going to be on dressing etiquette. So first of all, let me get into why the hell am I even going to talk about dressing etiquette? I think a lot of men and some women, but more men than women have a difficult time learning how to dress for certain occasions and when it's acceptable, when it's not acceptable to wear certain things, and whether it's acceptable or not, even when you should just put in some effort. So let me ask both of you first off, is it important at all to even pay attention to what you wear?
Yes.
Why?
I think it depends on what you are doing and where you're going. So, for example, if I'm going to shadow a dentist, I do not want to show up in joggers and a t-shirt.
Okay.
I agree. Like, I work in a law firm, so we have to look sharp every single time because there can be a client, there can be, like, we can go to court. It's basically just dressing etiquette is very important, and I don't think a lot of, in my opinion, a lot of Americans understand that. Our dressing culture is really, really bad. We're very lazy. We're very showy. Like, we show a lot of skin. In my opinion, I think we should be more formal most of the time, but I think that's just me.
Formal in what regard?
I don't think formal is the right word. I think we should reduce less of like wearing sweatpants and pajama pants, even though there was one time you saw me in pajama pants. But I think, because I know college is like a different beast, but I think we should like once in a while wear a polo shirt or wear like, you know, a nice dress or wear dress pants. You know what I mean? I think, I know college professors, they don't really care. They just want you to do the work. But I think because we're in a college setting, we need to prepare ourselves to, you know, dress professionally, in my opinion, or dress in a certain way that it's respectable.
Okay, I can mess with that. I agree with both of you in the idea that it depends on the situation. You know, if you're, like you said, if you're shadowing a dentist, you're not going to show up in sweatpants unless the dentist says, go ahead, show up in sweatpants. I don't care.
Yeah.
But you specifically, Zaid, you said you work at a law firm, and I'm almost certain no law firm is going to be okay with someone walking in sweatpants and a t-shirt.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, they have a dress code, and just because you wear a sweatshirt doesn't mean that you're not as good as the other lawyers. I mean,
That's true too.
perfect example is Mark Zuckerberg. He was known for his hoodie because every other person who was a billion-dollar man was wearing these expensive suits, and he was known for his blue hoodie that was a zip-up. Court meetings everywhere, he's wearing jeans and a hoodie, and he's got a billion-dollar company. So just because you wear sweatpants doesn't necessarily mean that you're a bad person or a lazy person. Because you could be hardworking, but you know, simultaneously, Mark Zuckerberg is not the majority. So there's an argument for that, but we can't argue for the majority saying that the majority is Zuckerberg.
Very true.
Or Richard Branson, you know, whatever. But there was actually a study in 2012 and 2013. That was the most recent one I could find about clothing affecting your work. So, I mean, there's other studies other than these two, but I chose these specifically because they were from the Washington Post and Forbes, and I trust those more than some random sites.
BuzzFeed.
And what?
BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed, right.
What type of matzo ball soup are you?
Take this quiz on your favorite pasta, and we'll tell you what Disney princess you are. but that's
Right
that's
on.
actually
Yeah.
one of them. My friend was showing me yesterday. That is actually a quiz. But basically, the study.
Yeah, but fuck colleges.
But the study raised many questions after proving a few things. So the clothes do in fact affect how you work because their symbolic meaning affects the clothes with their symbolic meaning affects the clothes, which affects the person's work. So if you treat your clothes poorly and you put that on yourself, symbolically you are treating yourself poorly. If you don't care about your clothes, you don't care about yourself necessarily. And that will be portrayed onto your work. How many times have you gone to the gym in clothes that were stiff and you said, oh, I can't work out. And then you go to the gym in basketball shorts, you're like, oh, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to go today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you show up, your buddy says, hey, let's go to the gym. You're like, I don't have a change of clothes. And he's like, screw it, do it with what you're wearing. And you're in, like, some crappy outfit that you really don't want to be working out in.
Very true.
You know? All it is clothes.
I mean, I do agree with you on that. For the gym etiquette, mainly, it's like, I'm a big guy and my weight fluctuates. And when I wear a tight shirt and the back of my, like my lower back is showing or my stomach is showing, and it's tight, like I can't move my arms. It's difficult because you feel restricted. Like with the gym, you should feel like you're able to do anything in the entire gym. No matter like what your performance is, your form is, you should be able to do and achieve it, and your clothing reflects it. But I mean, like if you're like a professional, like Larry Wheels, you can just show up in flip flops, like straight up, because he can lift like the entire gym and back. But I don't. Unless you're a professional, man, just show up in like good sweatpants or basketball shorts, tank top, whatever.
Yeah.
And just work out, man. Some people, they go crazy with like accessories. They have the freaking headband, the Gymshark, titties. I don't know.
I mean, Catherine, have you ever felt different when you were wearing something versus wearing something else at a similar event? Like for him, it was the gym.
So even when I'm getting up in the morning, I don't really like to just wear joggers and whatever I was wearing in the morning to go out and do work. I feel like it affects me and my work. Mostly because I think that I don't get enough done. I feel like I'm still in the mode of relaxing. Same as if I'm doing homework in bed, I don't do it because I'm kind of in that relaxing mode.
Well, right.
It's kind of me wanting to get dressed and look good, going out and feeling like I can actually get work done and achieve things.
It's interesting that you brought up that you don't do work in your bed, because that was actually a separate study that people have done, where if you do something repetitively in a space, your body recognizes that space for that work. So if you do homework in your bed constantly, when you try and go to sleep, your mind is going to, we have homework to do. And that's why some people have difficulty sleeping, because they watch movies and they do homework all on their bed. The bed should be spatially for sleeping. Your desk is meant for homework. And I've read a couple studies on it. I can't pull it up at the moment, but it was said that spatially we, almost like muscle memory, we put ourselves into these spatial memories, and it makes it difficult to do work or get things done sometimes, because we have embedded an incorrect habit, you can say, on the wrong spatial area.
Yeah.
So
I think it's interesting because our mind has its own language.
yes.
So like just performing an action in a specific space, alhamdulillah, excuse me, it like your mind just translate that in a certain way and translate that into like a signifier or a symbol. It's like this desk symbolizes, all right, I have work to do. Like it symbolizes, I have to be productive. And the bed, like you said, you have to sleep in. And I think that is amazing too with how clothing works. Like as small as clothing, like articles of clothing, our mind translate that as like I'm gonna go into work with like gym basketball shorts. Like no, your mind's getting ready to lift some freaking weight. But and the opposite, like going to
Right.
the gym with like a suit on. I was like, you're trying to sue the freaking gym? I was like, what's up? Like, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had that exact problem when I was, I think it was sophomore year. I was going to acting class, and some days I was walking in with ripped jeans and a sweater, and other days I was coming in with a full suit, suspenders and all.
Yeah.
And the days I was coming in with suspenders, I felt very stiff. It's a class meant to be loose.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to let myself go and feel okay. And for me at the time, I thought of suits and button downs as something that you wear when you're stiff or when you're professional. And I've now changed that a little bit in my own mind on how I wear it. But at the time, you know, when I was in class with ripped jeans and a sweater, I was performing better in the class than I was when I was wearing suspenders and a button down and a tie and a blazer. And it was strange because it took me doing this kind of research to recognize that. I didn't recognize it until I started doing this research. But everything you do and wear and say and eat tells someone something about you and your life decisions. You know, if you wear a $1,000 suit and you eat at White Castle, that's going to tell someone that you care about showing people you have money, but you don't care about your own body.
Of course.
You care about showing people how much money you have, but not actually using that money for something beneficial.
Of course.
You know, we as people cannot possibly focus on every little thing we do to make sure it's in line, you know, because people are not going to always focus on, oh, I'm on my phone too much. Let me put it down so I can focus on friends. Oh, I'm not wearing the right clothes for the event. Let me go change. Whatever it is, not everyone's going to be able to focus on their food, like their diet, their clothes, everything. But we can make some conscious efforts.
Of course.
And a lot of times it feels like a lot because if you haven't done any of it and then you try all of it at once, it's very overwhelming. But if you do some of it now, by the time, after a little while, it becomes second nature.
Of course.
So, you know, you no longer, your lazy outfit to other people is, wow, you're really dressed up. No, this is something I threw together, you know.
Of course.
And it's just being conscious of it is a first step towards it.
I think when it comes to like attire, what you're talking about, Mark Zuckerberg, there's these memes or these like going around the internet, like Bill Gates, he has an attire that barely costs him anything. While there's these people who try to show off on Instagram, you know, rappers, they have like $1 million suits, and it just shows that attire and even the price possibly just shows how financially wise you are. And to be quite honest, I think materialism has really, really had a really bad grasp on the way our dressing etiquette works. Like,
materialism is a major issue in specifically America, but it's everywhere, but specifically America, because that is how a lot of us make our income off of like YouTube and things.
Yeah.
Because, hey, look at all the cool stuff. Oh, the unboxing. Let me spend $1,000 on buying virtual packages and open for you so that you don't have to be addicted to this game. I'll do it for you. And you can look at all the things that I just bought that have absolutely no currency in the real world.
Most of them don't even buy it, though. They have sponsors.
Oh, no, they buy them. Yeah. No, it depends on who you're talking about.
Some of them, yeah. But if you're like...
I mean, if you're Ninja on
Mojo,
Fortnite.
Whatever, Mongoose, whatever.
Mongoose?
All right, I know, relax.
Whatever her name is. She gets sponsors all the time from like things from Australia.
Oh, you're talking about like the makeup packages and stuff.
No, I think she's a lesbian.
Well, I don't know about that.
I don't know. I'm sorry to be random, but like I never realized she was a lesbian. But you know, good for her, man. You know.
Hey, wait, is Tana? Is that the?
Oh no.
That's the one who said the N-word. And it went crazy.
She's.
Oh wait, TanaCon.
TanaCon.
Oh yeah, TanaCon. Oh, that person. Yeah.
Who did she marry? Logan Paul?
Oh, she was the one that married Logan, right?
Oh,
Logan
really? Wait.
Or Jake Paul. Or
Jake Paul.
Whatever.
It was Jake Paul she married.
Yeah.
And then what did they do? Get married and like not married or something?
I don't know if it was like a trick thing. It
Might have
like
been
a whole legit thing, but I don't know. I don't know.
What were they wearing? Dressing etiquette to them.
Oh, did you see his outfit?
Who?
He was decked out.
Of course he was. Him and his
Yeah.
multi-million-dollar company.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Maverick.
Phil, you videotape one dead body and you make a couple million off that.
Controversy sells, man.
I'm depressingly agreeing with you,
Yeah.
and that's the horrible part. But all right, let's. We've just been talking about clothes. Let's get deeper into it. Let's start with men
Okay.
and their clothes. Why do men tend to be lazier than women, or are they?
Catherine, I think I want to hear your report
Okay.
on this because
Catherine, start. Do you think men are lazier than
I
women
don't.
when it comes to dressing?
Yes and no. So from Vermont, I think it's a lot of men dress according to what they need to do. So a lot of them are farmers,
Well,
real redneck.
let's talk about the college
So-
campus because
okay,
you're
college campus,
from
okay, fine.
Vermont, and Vermont
So,
is farmland
it's-
and mountains.
what
and
do the
trees.
cows wear? They
Well,
wear
They
like
don't-
spots.
No,
It
they don't raise
depends on the
cows. They raise pine cones.
They
That's
wear
true.
pine cones.
No,
What
that's
the
our
fuck?
currency. I would have to say no. In general, no.
That
think
they're not lazier.
No, I think they are lazier.
Okay.
And I think maybe, sorry,
That's-
not lazier, but maybe they all seem to wear the same thing. And I'm sure guys say this about girls too. They all wear the leggings, the black leggings, the superstar sneakers, whatever they're called.
Oh,
and a white
Adidas
t-shirt.
Superstars, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The white shoe with the 3 black stripes.
Yes,
on the side.
that's
Yep.
every college girl's thing. So,
But
I would
even
have
but even like out of college, men still tend to be lazier dressers than women because a lot of times the girls dress the same, but then they come out of college and they'll like for example, I've been in the amount of times I've been in New York and the amount of times I've seen women dress in every type of color, pattern, and shade, and I've seen men wear almost the same thing every other block.
Well, do they have less options? Is that what they think? Is that what they?
Well,
Do you think that you have less options?
To be honest, man, the fashion culture in America, in Europe, I don't know what the fuck people are wearing now these days. I went to New York one time.
it's very brandish.
Yeah, man.
It's brand oriented.
Yeah.
If you're not wearing a shirt that says Gucci across your titties, then what are you doing with
Or
your life?
if you don't have fucking Gucci marked on your titties,
Right.
You're
Yeah.
not Instagram worthy.
Right, you're not, but there it is. You're not Instagram worthy. You are
Yeah.
not worth showing off to your viewers, your friends, even if you're a nano influencer who's got whatever 1,000 followers. You still
Zaydu saying 33. You were saying?
even if you have that small of a influence or a following, you're still contemplating, oh, this shirt, oh, this will get me a lot of likes.
Yeah.
But you know what so to back it up to the men specifically, because we'll hit on the women in a little bit, one of the things that I feel comes with clothing is emotions.
Yeah.
Clothing helps people express. And I personally feel that men have more difficulty expressing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of the reason why they don't dress certain ways, or they're afraid to wear bright colors, pinks, yellows, purples, or they're afraid to wear a patterned shirt because they're afraid to express their emotions and feel good about how they dress because they're afraid their buddies are going to say, oh, why you look like a bitch.
Yeah, it's the toxic. It's that toxic masculinity. I do agree on that expression, with the art expression. Personally, for me, there's some like brands that try to do it that push that. Oh, we're gonna express ourselves way too much, and that's why I have a very negative view on the fashion culture. Like Fendi, I was seeing their advertisements on Instagram. They had this like old like VHS style recording,
The trend right now is 80s because apparently the 80s is coming back, and That's why you have the VHS coming back.
Yeah, so is cocaine. Like, what the fuck? Just relax. Just enjoy. Like, I'm gonna be honest, man. Just enjoy being 2019. I think that's the issue. We're so fond of the past. We can't just say, you know what, alhamdulillah. You know, thank God I am able to have freaking rights. Like, I'm able to have, you know, live in this country that's very progressive. No, let's like turn the back. Let's just go back to the 80s. Let's like relive that. Oh, remember the 90s? Just relax, man. Just enjoy now. Just innovate now. Innovation. I know innovation is not like there's no original ideas. I don't believe in that.
Interesting. Okay.
I believe original ideas always stem from a previous idea. So the original should always be in quotations. But just try and innovate. Try to build on different ideas. Don't try to rehash some nonsense back. You know,
well, the argument could be made that it's 80s in 2019, and that is the new idea.
Don't fucking try to, you know, back at you, man. Fuck you. Like, it's my opinion. Suck a dick. Leave me alone.
No, I'm saying, you know.
Yeah, of course.
But how would you respond to that then?
I would respond to it, man, like, well, make it different 80s. Make it stand out.
Put a 2019 flair on it. Don't just take the 80s and rebrand it.
Exactly.
Okay.
And don't have some dusty ass knockoff shoes with it, bro.
Okay.
Honestly.
All right. I can fuck with that.
I could fuck with you.
But I think something that could really help men, just if they wanted to, because I feel like there's also a lot of men that want to put effort in how they dress and they just don't know how. Because I can promise you that their dads never taught them. And not all of them, but most of their dads probably never taught them. Yeah. Because their fathers are the ones that cultivated this toxic masculinity, because a lot of them were either growing up with parents from war or were in war or still going there and have that form of mindset, and it's a very rigid masculine mindset.
True.
We are only now accepting that, yes, it's okay for a man to wear a woman's t-shirt and still be very masculine. You can be the heavyweight champion of the world and still wear a woman's scarf, and you can still be as much of a man as the next guy. And that's only been accepted recently. So I think a lot of men need something to start with, and I think the best place to start is the color wheel. Learn the frickin' color wheel. And that's it. That's all you need to do is learn the color wheel. Learn red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, indigo, violet. And just learn...
Roy G. Biv?
Yeah, Roy G. Biv. And learn complementary and analogous colors, which is just how the colors intermingle with each other. Yeah. And it takes 10 minutes. And all you got to do is, if you forget, you can look it up again, and eventually you might learn it. But that one single color wheel, well, two, technically. There's the primary colors, and then there's like the
secondary colors.
The secondary colors, right.
I took art school in elementary.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, fucking genius. All right. Catherine, did you know she's a freaking genius? He knows what a fucking color is. A pastel color is. Oh. I'm sorry for cursing, everyone. I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Harry Styles' Instagram. Have you ever seen it? He's very feminine.
Well, yeah, he's very feminine.
Even on stage.
Yes. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I would say he's an icon for that.
Okay. Well, and see, that's the thing, though, is you don't necessarily have to be feminine, because there are some men out there that very hard believe that if you dress femininely, if you put a scarf on, if you have your shirt open down too low, you are feminine. And whether, I'm not going to say that that's okay, because everyone should be able to dress how they want. And whether it's feminine or not, if they feel comfortable in it, then that's how you should dress. But I don't necessarily say that I don't necessarily say that Harry Styles is the way that all men should go.
Yes.
I think...
Not all men, but I think that he is a big influencer for dressing feminine.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. Normalizing it.
Yes.
Normalizing that he can dress like this and still be a very masculine man. Yeah. I agree with that. Cargo shorts are the yoga pants for guys.
I haven't worn cargo shorts since fucking middle school, dude.
They're not bad.
Yeah, they're not.
No, they're not bad.
Really?
Yeah, like
I would say
I don't look at them and I'm like, it's dressed down or dressed up. I think you could pair it with anything really. I think if you wear like a nice polo and like what are those called? Loafers? Are they called loafers?
Loafers.
Yeah, they're called
Loafers.
penny loafers.
Yeah, then
So
absolutely.
if you dress like a frat guy.
you could totally wear that to like no.
Great segue.
No.
Basically, you dress like a frat guy. You're wearing cargo shorts, a polo, and some fucking loafers.
Sperry's.
Yeah, but
Well,
like
Get ready to punch fat guy. Watch out.
I mean,
I'm
all right, I'm going to set this right now.
Yeah.
Frat guys wear cargo shorts and a polo, or they wear boating shorts, polo shorts that are
boat
like
shoes.
mid-thigh, boat shoes, and a button-down that their dad gave them when they were a freshman in high school, and then a backwards vineyard vine cap.
I hate that.
If
I hate that.
whether you like it or hate it, that is dress up for a frat guy. I'm sorry to say, not all of them, because there are plenty of them that walk around in suits, and good for you. It is a running meme that is the frat guy attire. Thoughts?
I don't want to diss all frat guys, to be honest.
No, it's not all frat guys.
Yeah.
But
It's the stereotype.
yes,
It's the stereotype. I think in this campus, man, I don't see that a lot. I know one of my friends, he plays rugby with me. He's vice president of the Delta Chi.
okay.
And Delta Chi, how they rush kids in, they have a white dress shirt, red tie, black dress pants. And to be quite honest with you, I think that's awesome. I think they're trying to, that way you are making these freshmen, sophomores, people who are rushing into that frat realize that, listen, we're going to have fun, but we also represent this college in a different way. Now, of course, they could be freaking, sticking peanut butter sticks up their, whats as a way to,
Oh my god.
I mean, listen, I don't mean to be, frats are different animals. I don't want to rag on them, but some of them take it way too far,
Yes.
But, I think that way, the surface level of that, I think that what they're doing is awesome. And
Okay.
I can get behind that, of course, 100%.
All right, I'll take that. I'll bite. But I don't know. For me, one of the biggest issues, especially when I was in high school and I was exploring my attire and saying, wow, I actually kind of like wearing button-downs.
Yeah.
Because most guys can agree that wearing button-downs, whether it was to church or to an event, when you were younger, wearing a tie sucked because it felt like you were being choked and you didn't like it and it was constricting and it wasn't a t-shirt that you could play in, right? And at one point, I wanted to wear them because I had to wear button-downs as a uniform. It was part of my uniform at school, in high school.
Very nice.
You had to wear, at the minimum, a 3-button polo. At the best, you wear whatever you want. Suit, button-down tie, whatever. But at one point, I said, I don't know if I can wear this because it's the frat look. The symbolic weight of wearing polo shorts, boat shoes, and a button-down was tied to the stereotypical douchebag frat. And I had to either say, okay, I'm going to wear it anyways and accept the look, or I have to find a way around it. But because there was such a stereotype around that, like I was saying before about how we put symbolic weight on our clothes and say this is for this time, this is for that time.
Yeah.
I work better in this clothes, I work lesser in that. I couldn't explore and feel good in those clothes. Even if it was a button-down pants. I said, do I look like a frat guy though? Because this color, because of this whatever. Because it was a button-down and a pair of shorts.
I have a question for Catherine. What do you think? Do you think there's a sorority stereotype, like with dressing up? Or do you think sorority or girls in general have more of a pass on dressing up?
Dressing up as in like fancy or like how they dress every day, which is typically the black leggings.
Let's go with fancy because
Okay,
I
fancy.
have a lot to say with both men and women.
I know one of my friends rushed one of the sororities, and I think one of the days of the week they had to do different things. So I think on Wednesday it was like, Wednesdays we wear pink. You know that trend.
From whatever was Mean Girls?
Yeah, whatever it was. So she had to do that, and I think maybe Friday was dressing up, and I think that's the only time I've ever seen a sorority girl dress up. I think just like on campus, because I don't really know their personal life and whoever they're dating and if they're going on dates. But yeah, I think dressing up, I've never really seen that, and I don't know a ton of sorority girls.
Well, but
who
what
do that?
What is dressing up for a woman?
For a woman,
Because I see a lot of women on campus. To me, that's dressing up because I'm basing it off of how men dress. Because for me, men dressing up to me is putting in effort. It looks like you choreographed something today and you didn't just throw on sweatpants and a shirt.
I think it again, it really depends on what you're doing and when you're going. So like if someone is going to a party and you're like, let's dress up, that's a crop top, booty shorts, as much skin as you can to go to these parties. That's dressing up to them to go to a party. But if they're saying, I got a first date and I'm going to dinner with this guy, and they're like, let's dress up for this, I think it would be like a blouse and like jeans or even like a dress.
Interesting.
Not like a short dress, but like even, it can be that. Just a polished look, I guess you could say.
I think it's very interesting how you talked about the different ways of dressing up. With men is the same thing. With parties, like I remember my friend Brian, he told me like, you know how you can, be attractive, look attractive in a party? You get a nice turtleneck, black, get solid color, because I was a sweater. Like I sweat a lot. I would get solid color so they don't see. Get a nice pair of jeans and get some white Chucks, and then you'll look good to go.
What are Chucks?
Converse.
Oh, okay.
Chuck Taylors. And I was so surprised because, to be quite honest, that to me is actually like a little bit a step up from casual to going to a party. And and sometimes from parties you'll be like, all right, I'm gonna put on a basketball jersey, like throwback basketball jersey, or I'm gonna put on something nice, or maybe just a hoodie. But with first dates, I remember my first date with Amelia, I wore like a Hawaiian shirt. I had a different way. I buttoned it on the top. I had a nice pair of jeans. So the different types of situations where it calls for dressing up is very. I like that comparison. But since we're talking about like laziness on both men and women, I actually want to talk about this really bad.
Go for it.
For men, if the stereotypical man who I feel like is just a slob, they wear an oversized hoodie, they wear gray sweats and beat up Jordans, and I can already tell from a mile away they have mint jewel pods in their fucking pocket. I legit want to smack him, bro. Like, listen, man. Every single day you represent yourself, and you come into school like that. That to me, you're straight up telling me you don't care. You legit don't care. You just want to satisfy yourself, fucking,
Well,
relieve yourself, and then that's it.
There it is. That right there. You only are caring about yourself when you dress like that because you only care about your comfort. And you're exactly what you're saying. You're coming here so that you can do what is asked of you and then leave. You're not here for anything more, anything less. You want to be comfortable, so you're going to do what feels good for you.
Of course. Rather
than trying to present yourself for any reason. Maybe you're single. Maybe you just want to look good in class one day because maybe someone will come talk to you. Maybe not. But how you dress is people notice. You noticed.
Exactly.
And granted, if you don't care and you want to dress how you want, screw me, man. Go ahead. Do it. Dress how you want. But people notice. Yeah, and it makes an impact.
Of course.
Do you feel as though that you dress for women? So I know there's a big stereotype with girls how we dress for guys' attention. Is that the same for men?
Interesting.
That is actually a very good question. With me personally, I think there's other ways I would get a women's attraction. Now I don't want to get in trouble. But to be quite honest with you, I dress above average for everyone, just so everyone can realize, like, can understand that I can be casual, but there's times where I'd like to look nice.
Okay.
But there's other ways I feel like men try to get women's attention. I feel like the two biggest ones are getting fit and having a lot of money. I think that getting fit, in my opinion, is much healthier, except it increases vanity, and being vain is very bad, of course. Materialism, of course, is a huge one too. I also want to say, if you are not physically attractive, but you try to get like a dress shirt and a haircut, you're putting makeup on a turd. I'm sorry. In my opinion. Now I'm not trying to be mean. There's people who, they may not be physically gifted, or they have an issue with getting fit. I understand that. But try other ways, in my opinion, to get a women's attraction rather than trying to keep doing that physical appearance.
I think what it comes down to is not everyone has the ability to look beautiful after they go to the gym. Not everyone has the ability to look beautiful by wearing an expensive shirt.
Exactly.
What it stems from is loving yourself and learning who you are as a person, saying, I am this kind of person. I know that about myself. I've accepted it. And once you accept that, you start to do things that are more positive for you, and you come off more confident, and that is how you can find a woman or a man for you. Whether you're talking about a girl or a guy, whoever you're looking for, it's about being confident. And the confidence is what will attract it, because you are focusing on yourself. By focusing on yourself, not in a self-centered way, but in a self-loving way, that will attract people, because they will feel that energy. They will say, this person really does appreciate themselves and is taking care of themselves. That's someone I want to be around, because there must be doing something right.
Exactly.
It's not necessarily, I'm going to love myself so that I can find women or men. It's, I'm going to love myself, and if people want to come into my life, then great. But if they don't, I'm still going to love myself.
Yes.
So to stem it back to clothing, is using your clothes is one way to express how you feel and show that you love yourself. And to bring it back to women I find that women have way more, it's easier for them to have different outfits. I feel like guys have jeans, cargo shorts, and basketball shorts. And that's about it. Yeah, and dress pants. But
be casual. That's it.
But I mean, just in general, you've got dress pants.
Yes.
Joggers or sweatpants.
Yes.
Shorts, whether it's basketball, cargos, shorts, and that's it. And jeans.
Yeah.
And girls have skirts, dresses, shorts, pants, capris, booty shorts, yoga pants, and those are just the bottoms. And then for guys on the top, it's t-shirts, button-downs, and hoodies. And girls have shirts, blouses, full-on dresses, hoodies. I mean, everything a guy has, and then more.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, women also wear jewelry, and they also wear makeup, and they have purses and things that add to the effect as well, while guys have a shirt and pants and shoes. Girls have that plus makeup, plus earrings, plus bracelets, necklaces, backpacks, purses.
Yeah.
I feel like it's easier for them, but it's also more overwhelming.
It's way overwhelming.
Because you have to choose from so much, right?
It
or
is.
No?
Yes and no. Like for me, I know some girls have issues with it. I just think for me, I don't really know how to explain this one. You just kind of throw something on and like hope it looks good. Like I don't go out of my way to plan my outfits necessarily, I would say. Like even now, I'm just wearing like, this is 2 separate shirts. Like I could wear this on 2 separate days, but I
Right.
put them together and it looks good.
Nice.
So I think I didn't plan this, but I think
Yeah, but you didn't plan it, but it looks good. Did your mother ever teach you to dress, or did you learn somewhere how to dress in a certain way, or did you learn a certain level of dressing from
I think
anyone?
I think it came definitely from my family. My family always dressed well. Even I think even out to dinners or movies or wherever we were
Right.
going, we didn't just like throw on joggers where it was acceptable. Like my mom and my father would be like, okay, if you want to wear that, like even if you're feeling sick, whatever. But I think that typically we would all just present ourselves in more, I don't want to say formal wear because it wasn't formal, but
Right.
it was more dressed up.
Yeah.
So
but,
like if you're going to the movies or going to dinner, I think just wearing these things, I don't know. It wasn't about looking good for other people. I think it was just, this is what we do and this is like kind of self-care, like you said.
so
Like, so it was
right.
kind of taught, I think from my family, it was self-care taught into us. Like, it wasn't really like, you have to look this way
Right.
to, I know maybe in different countries, it's like you have to look this way to
Hopefully find a mate.
hopefully find someone. It's,
Right.
you wear this,
But
it represents
so,
self-care.
but what I was getting at is that you were taught early on, and now you just know to do it. It's
Yeah.
not something that every day you're like, okay, I've gotta think of a way to dress well, but not look like I've put in too much effort and I spent 2 hours looking. No,
Yeah.
you just throw stuff on now because you've done it. You were taught when you were younger, and now it's just second nature, and you don't have to really think about it.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that we need to kind of normalize. Is
Yes.
at some point you have to do it, and you know you're gonna when we come out of college, we're gonna have a job. We have to dress a certain way for that, and it would be a lot easier if you knew how to dress that way already, because when you get to the job you can then express yourself. If you have to wear a suit to the office, to your law firm, if you know and you feel comfortable wearing a suit already, you can come in wearing a blue suit or a green suit. It's still a suit. Unless they tell you specifically a black suit or a dark blue suit, it's still a suit, and you can enjoy it and have fun with it. You can wear a patterned shirt, a paisley shirt or whatever, stripes, and have fun with it. But if you have never done that and you are now being forced to because, it's part of my job now, you're not going to learn. You're just going to say, okay, it's what I have to do.
Yeah. And they're going to resent it.
Right.
I think also it, me dressing is a representation of me, and going into, I don't want to say the workforce because I'm not going into the workforce right now, but in the future I will be. And even shadowing dentists now, I don't want to go in, I never really got a strict dress code for shadowing a dentist.
But you don't want to give them the wrong
you don't
idea.
want to show up and these like joggers, like I said, like tank top. You don't want to do that. You want to show up and you can wear jeans if you want, but like
Right.
nice blouse, nice shoes. And I think that really represents who you are to not only the dentist, but also to the patients and everyone around you about who you are and what you have to bring to the table. Also, even in like a hospital setting, you don't want to show up maybe like
You don't want your doctor walking in
you
basketball shorts with a tennis racket over him going,
Yeah,
sorry, I just came from a
absolutely.
match.
Yeah, sorry, game 7 just was
Yeah.
on. Yeah, I had to play.
Yeah.
You ready to do this surgery now, Jimmy? Like,
Yeah, let me just take off my
Yeah.
Jordans real quick.
Right.
But even as I'm going to shadow like a surgeon in a hospital, I'm not going to want to wear what I would wear to shadow a dentist in a dental office. I have to wear scrubs because I'm around.
right.
I'm in a hospital setting
Right.
where there is anesthesia present and obviously bodily fluids present, and you don't.
Pee pee poo poo.
No,
Good.
not when
Wonderful.
working on the mouth. That's great. I meant like
I
blood.
mean,
I meant
sure.
like blood and saliva, but yeah. I think
Dangerous stuff.
But but to tie that into it a little bit is we almost expect a certain outfit for certain jobs sometimes. Like if you were in a court of law and your lawyer came and he's defending you, and he comes in basketball shorts.
You just love the basketball shorts, man.
Well, because it's a very lazy look. It's a very, very relaxed look. You don't wear you wear basketball shorts to bed. You wear basketball shorts to go play basketball. You wouldn't wear a basketball shorts to your wedding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
It's not. It is the most informal thing I can think of. So if your lawyer came in basketball shorts, or screw it, cargo shorts and a frickin' sleeveless shirt, and he's coming in here to defend you, are you going to be excited or scared?
Scared.
You know,
very scared.
right off the bat, if you've never met him, obviously, if he's supposed to be the greatest in the world, and he's like, I can wear whatever the hell I want. Yeah, of course. But, you know, if you've never met him before because you couldn't afford a lawyer, and this guy comes in and he's wearing that, you're going to go, oh, screw me.
Yeah, guess I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
You might just walk up to the judge, put me in handcuffs now.
Yeah, man.
You know, but one thing I think is very important for me, at least, is whenever I go on a date or I find I'm with someone, even if it's a subtle look, I always pay attention to what they're wearing, because if they don't care about themselves, how they look, how do I expect them to care about me or the relationship I'm going to have with them, whether it's a friendship or a possible girlfriend? They don't have to dress up to the nines, but I need them to show some form of effort, because if they're not putting in effort for their everyday wear, how are they going to put in effort every day to see me?
Of course. And to go off that, I do agree with you on, in my opinion, you need to dress for certain situations. Like you were saying,
Yes.
like go to court, you have to dress a specific way. Now, the owner of the law firm I intern for, he wears shorts, he wears polos and all that. He's very relaxed, but that's because he's in a law firm. That's because he owns it. When he goes to court, he wears a suit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's times where even when you have a job, there are situations where you can be like, okay, I can dress a bit casual.
Right.
And with dressing with the nines, are we good on time, by the way?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. With dressing with the nines, I think that should be emphasized with both men and women. With men, it should be like, you don't have to dress like suit and tie every day.
Right.
But you have to at least put in some effort on some days so you can get that attention, not only from professors, but let's say you're just walking down the street and, not even a girl, but like someone, like you're going to go for a job interview, or you're going to just walk and, someone's going to notice you. Some people notice these things. They notice you take care of yourself. Like,
right. And even if you're walking, someone compliments you. How nice is it when you get a random compliment from someone walking by? It feels great. And obviously, you're not going to just get compliments if you're wearing something nice, but maybe you had a crap day. Maybe you just got fired. Maybe you're going to a job interview and you're very nervous. And someone walks by and says, hey, I really like your shirt or your tie. It's really nice.
Oh, yeah.
And now you have that confidence and you walk into that interview and you kill it. You're great. You got the job. And granted, you may not have needed that confidence booster because you already had it.
Yeah.
You were already ready. But it's just nice.
It's just a subtle thing.
It's subtle. And, I think that's exactly what you said is something to take away from this, is you don't have to dress to the nines every day, but putting in effort is the important thing. Effort. Any type of effort at all is noteworthy. It doesn't have to be a suit every day. Sometimes it's just a sweater that looks nice. Learn the color wheel, learn primary versus secondary colors. I think some men need to learn how to wear what they want and not what's masculine.
Yeah.
I also think women need to get over their yoga pants addiction.
No.
Hey, no, I get it. If it's that time of the month, go ahead. I respect it. If you're in pain and you need to be comfortable, go ahead. But I don't want to see you every day in class with yoga pants on at all.
Or booty shorts.
Or booty shorts.
Or
I don't
toes.
care. Put some effort in, because by that standard, I'll come in with basketball shorts when I go on my first date with you. And I'll sit there on my phone and you can talk to me while I'm looking and scrolling through Facebook.
So do you think that yoga pants And you mean the tight ones, right? We're not talking about like actual because
No,
yoga
no,
pants are a
the-
little
no,
bit
Freaking
the black
ass crack,
leggings.
bro. Like
Okay.
just straight up.
The black
You see
leggings.
tight leggings.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. So one, we do not wear them on our period. Sorry, we're gonna underwear lines are a thing. We don't do that.
Okay.
So also, do you think that's like a lazy look?
Yes.
Is that? But what if it's paired with like a sweater or like
I'll put
a
it
nice
this way.
top?
Wear colored leggings, please. Put a pattern on those leggings, and I will be so happy.
No, that's not a
Stop with
thing.
the black. That's what I can't take is the black, because it's an excuse to throw on with anything. Put a color on it. Put a blue. Put a green. Put a stripe on it. For God's sake.
So, do you think it's acceptable? Okay. So, what about like active wear? Because I know, okay, so obviously at the gym here, we cannot, as women, I don't know what it is for guys, but we cannot wear just leggings and sports bras or even crop tops. We're not allowed to show.
Oh,
our
interesting.
butt.
Not anymore. at Rec Center, like they're
Oh,
cracking down.
they're
Oh, wow,
very
I didn't know
strict with
that.
it, Yeah. I just want to know your thoughts on that. Even going to the gym, like, so I know.
Well, going to the gym's one thing because you're there to work out. I'm not necessarily
but
there to.
Some women are like full makeup, hair done.
That's a little.
Bro,
That's a,
what do
that's
you think
that's
on that?
that's the opposite end of this argument. Is they're putting in too much effort for something that's not
So
needed.
In my opinion, with women, I think I'm gonna kind of like do more general. I think their clothing is very overly sexualized, and I'm not saying
I agree with that.
I'm not saying that as in like they don't deserve freedom to wear what they want. It's just I don't think they should be expected to show a lot of skin, and in my opinion, as a person who's trying to be very faithful, both with my beliefs and both with my woman
Relationships.
exactly. It's just. I feel like it's a bit much when I see, let's say, if like I see girls go to a party and they're just wearing nothing and it's 2 degrees outside.
Oh, yeah.
Or I'm walking down and I just see like, just.
There's no class. There's no self-worth to it. They're going and they're wearing that because it looks hot and it looks sexy.
but is that sexy to men at parties? Because I
at
know
parties, yes,
that
because
is sexy to men at
because
parties.
like you said at the beginning, it's as much skin as possible.
It's primitive.
Yes.
I'm not primitive, but I mean it tags into the primitive mindset of men
yeah.
that we.
It's
just
very
want
sexual. Sexual
Yes.
sex is a primal instinct. We
Yes.
can agree on that.
Of course.
But all in all, I think if you can wake up and put your clothes on and honestly say to yourself you feel proud of what you're wearing, even if it is sweatpants and a hoodie. If you are proud to be in that, then ignore me. Wear it. If that's what you feel comfortable in. But if you're telling me you feel comfortable in that because that is what is accepted or that's the quote unquote best you can do, I don't agree with that. If you're settling for that. But if you feel confident in that, wear it. Screw this, screw me, wear it. It's more about how you feel. This is not to tell you to dress better if you don't, if you dress crappy and if you don't have the money for it. Dress what makes you feel confident.
Exactly.
And to end this, as I do with all the other ones, I always end it with a fun fact. Ryan Gosling was cast as Noah in the movie The Notebook because the director wanted someone that was not handsome.
Oh, that's brutal. Can you imagine someone telling you that? You're not that handsome, so you got the job.
I mean, he still slays, man. So fuck it.